What factors contribute to the decline in vitality observed in many individuals over the age of 80? Individuals who previously exhibited sharp cognitive function and overall well-being may experience a decline over time. It is a common misconception that the factors influencing health and longevity after the age of 80 are solely determined by genetics or chance. However, this represents only a portion of the complete narrative. In this presentation, we will examine 5 unexpected factors. Frequently neglected and seldom discussed, these factors elucidate why numerous older adults encounter challenges in achieving longevity or maintaining health beyond the age of 80. These factors do not typically include the common contributors such as diet, smoking, or exercise. These are nuanced and intricate factors that frequently go unnoticed, even among individuals who have adhered to most recommended practices. Once you are aware of these factors, you can take appropriate actions to address them. If you have ever contemplated the factors that may impede longevity beyond the age of 80, as well as strategies to mitigate these risks while there is still time, I encourage you to remain engaged until the conclusion of this video. These 5 unexpected factors may assist you in altering your aging process before it becomes too late. Let us begin the process. Firstly, there is a notable decline in microsocial engagement. One of the initial and frequently neglected factors contributing to the reduced longevity of many individuals over the age of 80 is the subtle decline in what specialists refer to as microsocial engagement. These do not represent your close friendships or familial gatherings. While those aspects remain important, it is the small, seemingly insignificant interactions that once permeated your daily life, often without your conscious awareness, that warrant attention. Consider the frequency with which you would greet the mailman, exchange a brief joke with the cashier at the grocery store, or acknowledge the neighbor walking their dog across the street. The brief instances of contact serve a significant purpose. They contribute to the regulation of your nervous system, enhance your sense of belonging, and maintain the engagement of your brain's social circuitry. However, after the age of 80, a significant number of older adults tend to discontinue shopping independently. Individuals may utilize online platforms for ordering items or seek assistance from family members. Individuals may cease engaging in conversations with unfamiliar individuals due to a decline in their auditory capabilities. Some individuals may discontinue outdoor walking due to slightly colder weather conditions or instability in their knees. As small social touch points diminish, there is a corresponding decline in vitality. It is noteworthy that a significant number of individuals remain unaware of the occurrence. They believe they are merely streamlining their lives. However, the actions being taken are effectively eliminating the low-level social interactions that are essential for stimulating brain function, enhancing mood, and signaling to the body that individuals remain connected to the vibrant, dynamic world around them. It need not be complex. It has been observed that men in their 80s can maintain cognitive sharpness through regular, simple activities such as walking to a local coffee shop each morning, greeting familiar staff members, and acknowledging the same individuals they encounter daily. The 5-minute interval of human connection transcended mere routine. It served as a vital component of well-being. It provided structure to their daily routines. This approach ensured accountability among the individuals involved. It provided them with a sense of recognition. There is a biological cost associated with the disappearance of this element. The brain reacts to loneliness, whether it is profound or subtle, as a form of stress. The condition alters hormone levels, increases inflammation, and compromises immune function. However, it is crucial to note that it initiates a reduction in the neural networks within the brain that are integral to memory, attention, and emotional regulation. In straightforward language, it accelerates the perception of aging. If you have noticed a decrease in your social interactions throughout the day, or if you have ceased participating in small errands, stopped initiating casual conversations, or begun to feel overlooked within your community, it is important to take proactive steps to address these changes. Those moments of connection, even those that may appear insignificant, are subtly communicating to your brain and body that you continue to hold value. You remain an integral part of a larger community. This message serves as a vital component in promoting longevity and overall well-being, not solely in terms of age, but also in essence. Secondly, excessive caution leading to inactivity. Another subtle factor contributing to why many individuals do not progress beyond the age of 80 is a phenomenon that, at first glance, appears to be a manifestation of wisdom through caution. However, it is important to recognize the distinction between exercising caution and becoming excessively wary. Once that threshold is surpassed, the repercussions are seldom immediate. However, they tend to accumulate over time. It frequently starts with positive intentions. It is possible that you experienced a slip on the stairs or encountered a moment of instability while walking on the sidewalk. It has been determined that you have chosen to reduce your outdoor walking activities. Individuals may find it increasingly difficult to bend down to access low shelves or to maneuver into the back seat of a vehicle. Prolonged periods of sitting can lead to various health concerns. Your cautious approach is met with appreciation from those in your vicinity. It is advised to avoid overexertion. Please ensure to prioritize relaxation and self-care. Before one is aware, a life may be established that prioritizes safety, yet lacks vibrancy. However, there are important considerations that are often overlooked when physical activity ceases. Strength is also a significant factor. It is important to recognize that the impact extends beyond just the legs or arms. It also affects coordination, balance, and overall inner stability. The human body does not function like a machine that requires rest to maintain efficiency. It resembles a garden that requires regular care and attention. When activity diminishes significantly, it is important to recognize that conditions do not remain static. They exhibit a decline in strength. The initial manifestation is observed in the core region. Many individuals may not fully appreciate the significance of deep trunk muscles in relation to overall function and stability. Engaging in activities such as standing, walking, lifting, and transitioning from a seated position. If those muscles remain inactive, even for a brief period, they may undergo atrophy. When they decrease in size, your balance may be adversely affected. You begin to experience instability. The cycle continues to intensify. I encountered an individual named Walter, aged 82, who discontinued his evening walks following a slip he experienced on a rainy day. No fractures detected, only a minor scare experienced. However, that incident was sufficient to cause concern. He transitioned from engaging in a mile-long walk each evening to predominantly sitting and watching television during most nights. Over a period of 6 months, there was a reduction of 10 pounds in muscle mass. He experienced a sensation in his legs akin to that of jelly. The physician provided a cautionary note. However, the deterioration had already commenced. Walter did not cease his efforts due to a lack of strength. His condition deteriorated due to cessation of activity. It is important to acknowledge and not overlook genuine risks. Implementing effective strategies for personal safety includes utilizing handrails, wearing supportive footwear, maintaining clear walkways, and considering the use of a cane if it enhances stability. However, it is important to distinguish between effectively managing risk and yielding to it. When fear influences your actions, the body may begin to lose its ability to move effectively. If you have observed a decrease in your activity levels, not due to physical limitations but rather due to apprehension about potential outcomes, it is important to acknowledge and address this concern. Consider whether you are actively safeguarding your well-being or if you are gradually losing your sense of self. Maintaining health and well-being beyond the age of 80 involves more than simply preventing falls. It is essential to maintain physical activity, even if it requires increased effort. Proceed with caution, taking your time and being intentional in your actions. Movement serves as a vital reminder to the body of its ongoing necessity and function. The mechanisms by which your systems maintain functionality, your brain remains vigilant, and your heart continues to operate effectively are crucial for overall health. If you are currently viewing this video and find the insights provided to be beneficial, kindly comment with the number 2 below to indicate your presence. If you have not yet subscribed, I encourage you to do so and activate notifications to ensure you do not miss any upcoming videos. Your support enables us to persist in developing valuable content aimed at informing and inspiring you. Let us proceed to the next steps. Disrupted sleep cycles can result from irregular exposure to light. Within the human body exists an internal mechanism that operates without audible cues, yet it regulates numerous physiological processes. Your emotional state, metabolic function, immune response, and the brain's repair mechanisms during sleep are all interconnected. After the age of 80, the internal clock, known as the circadian rhythm, exhibits increased sensitivity. One of the primary factors contributing to disruptions in circadian rhythms is insufficient exposure to natural light during the day, coupled with excessive artificial light exposure at night. Initial observation may not reveal it. It is possible that you have begun to experience increased daytime sleepiness, perhaps dozing off in the afternoon sunlight, or you may have reduced your outdoor activities, particularly during the colder months. In the evening, individuals may choose to engage in activities such as watching television or reading, which may involve leaving the lights on for an extended period. Each of these changes may appear innocuous. However, collectively, they can lead to confusion regarding the appropriate times for alertness and rest. The human body depends on natural light to maintain its circadian rhythm. The presence of bright morning light signals to the brain that it is time to awaken, initiate movement, and direct energy to areas where it is required. The onset of darkness during the night triggers the secretion of melatonin, a hormone that plays a crucial role in facilitating restorative sleep. When the eyes do not receive adequate exposure to natural daylight, or when evenings are dominated by artificial light from screens or lamps, it can lead to disruptions in the body's internal signaling mechanisms. The outcome? Individuals may experience increased difficulty in both initiating and maintaining sleep. It is possible to experience feelings of grogginess upon waking, even after a full 8 hours of sleep. It is possible that you may experience a decrease in energy levels during the day or notice a slight decline in cognitive clarity. Over time, sleep disruption can impact more than just your energy levels. This condition compromises immune function, contributes to mood instability, and may elevate the risk of cognitive decline. Vitamin D is another important factor, as the body synthesizes it naturally when the skin is exposed to sunlight. Post 80 years of age, the capacity to synthesize vitamin D via the skin diminishes, highlighting the importance of consistent outdoor exposure. In the absence of it, there can be detrimental effects on your bones, muscles, and immune system. I had a conversation with a woman named Helen, who is 84 years old and has been experiencing a gradual increase in fatigue and disorientation. The results of her blood work were within normal limits, her dietary habits remained consistent, and she had not initiated any new pharmacological treatments. The pivotal moment? Her healthcare provider advised that she dedicate 20 minutes each morning to sitting by the window with the blinds fully open and to disconnect from screens 1 hour prior to bedtime. Within a 2-week period, there was a notable improvement in her sleep quality. Her memory also experienced changes. Her mood also experienced changes. The medication in question was not a novel formulation. It was illuminated. If you have been predominantly indoors with limited natural light exposure, or if your evenings are characterized by prolonged exposure to blue light from electronic devices, it is advisable to consider making some adjustments to your routine. It is advisable to spend time outdoors within the first hour of waking, even if it is only for a brief period on your porch. Allow your eyes and skin to absorb the benefits of the morning light. In the evening, it is advisable to reduce the intensity of the lighting. Allow your body to enter a state of relaxation and prepare for rest. The gentle rhythms serve a purpose beyond mere comfort. They are essential for survival. It is important to understand that the aging process in the body is not solely a result of wear and tear. It can also be attributed to disorganization and the lack of synchronization among bodily systems. Restoring your light cues, sleep schedule, and daily rhythms is essential for reestablishing organizational balance in your life. This is how one can communicate to their body that, even at the age of 85, they remain on track with their health and wellness journey. We are currently in progress. We remain available to assist you. Emotional suppression resulting from experiences of loss and isolation. As individuals enter their 80s, they often experience a significant accumulation of loss that may be difficult for younger individuals to fully comprehend. A partner, a brother or sister, a long-term companion, and at times even a descendant. While external expressions of sympathy may be extended, it is often overlooked how significantly these losses can accumulate, impacting not only memory but also physical well-being. What frequently occurs after the age of 80 is not solely grief. It also involves emotional suppression. It is a gradual and often silent process of internalizing pain rather than articulating it, of maintaining a facade of strength due to the belief that one should have adapted to the circumstances, or because there may be a perceived lack of understanding from others regarding the profound nature of one's loss. However, it is important to recognize that the body retains memories of past experiences. When grief is not adequately processed, when it remains unspoken, unshared, and not fully experienced, it does not simply vanish. Rather, it becomes internalized and stored within the individual. Over time, the emotional burden can manifest as physical symptoms. The impact on your immune system, digestion, and sleep can be significant. It alters your hormonal levels. This condition maintains the nervous system in a persistent state of subdued tension. The most challenging aspect occurs without any audible indication. On the surface, you may appear composed. It is possible that you may perceive yourself as being in a satisfactory condition. Should you find that your shoulders feel increasingly burdened, your breathing has become more shallow, or your sense of self has diminished, it is possible that grief is the underlying cause, even if it has not been addressed for an extended period. I recall a gentleman named George, aged 86, who experienced the loss of his spouse after 60 years of marriage. He expressed that he did not cry frequently, indicating that it was not his manner of coping, and stated that he was managing well. However, within a year, he experienced weight loss, ceased attending the senior center, and started encountering difficulties with sleep. Not due to a medical condition, but rather because his body was harboring emotional distress that had never been permitted to express itself. Emotional pain does not have to manifest in dramatic ways to have a detrimental impact. By the time the effects manifest in your health, the relationship may not be immediately apparent. The factors contributing to longevity beyond the age of 80 frequently extend beyond mere physical strength. It serves as a means for emotional expression and release. It involves providing secure and accessible avenues for expressing emotions such as sadness, fear, and longing. It is important to express feelings such as missing someone, experiencing anger, or feeling loneliness without the fear of judgment. This type of release facilitates the heart's ability to function optimally. When the heart is allowed to function optimally, the body is positioned to facilitate healing processes. Individuals who experience longevity often engage in various forms of outlets for expression and activity. It is possible that the individual in question is a reliable companion. It is possible that this item is a journal. It may be a matter of faith, involvement in a community group, or the guidance of a therapist that assists individuals in processing the narratives they have held for many years. The underlying principle remains consistent, regardless of the form it takes. The expression of thoughts and feelings can lead to transformation. It is important to recognize that emotions or thoughts that are suppressed can have significant implications for one's mental and emotional well-being. If you find yourself holding onto something without a clear outlet, it may be beneficial to create an opportunity for expression and processing. It is essential not only for emotional well-being but also for overall health and longevity. It is important to recognize that the heart has a finite capacity for emotional and physical stress, and prolonged strain can lead to significant dysfunction. To achieve a longevity that extends beyond the age of 80, it is essential to not only focus on physical health but also to engage emotionally and mentally in life experiences. If you are currently engaged with this video and find the insights beneficial, kindly comment with the number 4 below to indicate your presence. If you have not yet subscribed, I encourage you to do so and activate notifications to ensure you do not miss any upcoming videos. Your support enables us to persist in developing valuable content aimed at informing and inspiring you. Let us proceed to the next steps. Fifth, there is a gradual decline in daily purpose. One of the less apparent factors contributing to the decline in well-being for individuals beyond the age of 80 is the gradual diminishment of an essential element that is frequently overlooked until it is absent: a daily sense of purpose. It is not about a grand philosophical life purpose, but rather the straightforward kind that motivates you to rise each morning with a sense of direction, a destination, and individuals to engage with. The concept of purpose does not necessarily need to be characterized by dramatic elements. It may involve irrigating the plants prior to the onset of excessive heat from the sun. It may involve providing nourishment to the local feline that resides in proximity to your residence. It may involve composing a letter to your granddaughter or repairing the hinge on the back gate. When these daily routines begin to diminish and mornings arrive devoid of motivation, while evenings pass without meaningful reflection, an internal process may gradually begin to decline. The body responds to the signals from the mind. When the mind perceives a lack of motivation to advance, the body tends to respond in kind. As appetite diminishes and physical activity decreases, the body's regulatory systems may become less active. This occurs not due to dysfunction, but rather as a response to a lack of stimuli, effectively entering a state of rest until re-engaged by purposeful activity. The gradual nature of this process can lead to it being overlooked. It is possible that your weekly bridge game has been canceled. It is possible that the church group has ceased its meetings. It is possible that your family may be visiting less frequently, or that your previous volunteer position concluded due to the onset of knee discomfort. It is common to rationalize certain changes as a natural aspect of the aging process. However, on a deeper level, you may experience a sense of awareness. The days are merging, with each one becoming increasingly subdued. I encountered a woman named Ruth, aged 88, who exhibited a vitality that surpassed that of many individuals half her age. She did not possess significant financial resources, her health was not optimal, and she lacked a large familial support system. However, there was one aspect of her routine that remained constant. Each Monday, she diligently composed postcards for the shut-ins within her church community. Each Thursday, she prepared soup and stored it in the freezer for a nearby shelter. Each day, she positioned herself at her window at approximately 4 p.m. to observe the local children as they make their way home from school. She was aware of their names. She greeted them with a wave, and they responded in kind. While it may not have been glamorous, it provided her day with a distinct texture. It provided her with a regulated heart rhythm. It provided her with a sense of continuity in her life. This is an important insight that is often overlooked. The body remains functional as long as it perceives its necessity. The concept of purpose, regardless of its magnitude, serves as a vital source of motivation and energy. This process instructs your cells to continue their repair mechanisms, ensures that your organs maintain their functions, and supports your brain in its learning activities. When individuals experience a loss of relevance, feeling as though their presence no longer holds significance to others or to their surroundings, it can lead to a gradual diminishment of their inner vitality. Individuals who maintain grace and vitality beyond the age of 80 often have a consistent anchor in their daily routines. It may encompass various elements such as a garden, a pet, a journal, a ritual, a phone call, or a simple morning prayer. What is important is not the scale, but rather the consistency of your efforts. It is the understanding that upon awakening each morning, there exists a purpose for getting out of bed. If you have been experiencing a sense of disorientation, where your daily activities seem to lack structure or purpose, it is important to acknowledge these feelings and not dismiss them. That is not merely a state of sadness. This represents a signal. Your body is signaling a need for rhythm, structure, connection, and purpose. Ultimately, longevity encompasses more than merely the functioning of the heart. The heart's intrinsic motivation to continue functioning reflects a fundamental desire for connection and significance in one's existence. This is what enables individuals to thrive beyond the age of 80, allowing them to experience lives that remain fulfilling. Concluding remarks. As we conclude this video, I would like to share a straightforward yet impactful truth. Most individuals do not experience a decline after the age of 80 due to a singular event. It is neither a diagnosis, an accident, nor a birthday that precipitates a significant change in circumstances. The gradual, subtle decline of established habits, routines, and motivations for maintaining engagement is observed. Frequently, these changes occur in a manner that is subtle and gradual, making it difficult to recognize the shifts until an internal sense of vitality feels diminished compared to previous experiences. However, it is important to note that while these changes occur gradually, they can also be reversed in a gradual manner. engaging in a brief walk outdoors, initiating an additional conversation with a store employee, performing a gentle stretch in the morning. These are all small yet impactful actions you can take today. Each of these activities is not merely a task to complete, but rather a means to foster structure, enhance social connection, or cultivate a sense of purpose in your daily routine. This is the initial step towards making positive changes. Reflect on the 5 unexpected reasons we discussed. Which one elicited the greatest surprise for you? Which one elicited a sense of discomfort that was reminiscent of previous experiences? Furthermore, which option are you prepared to implement, even in a minor capacity, beginning today? It is important to recognize that you possess greater capabilities than you may realize. Not to halt the aging process, but to modify the manner in which you experience aging. If you are prepared to remain attentive to subtle changes, safeguard your personal rhythms, uphold your sense of purpose, and allow yourself to experience necessary emotions, there is a significant likelihood that you will not only achieve the age of 80, you will navigate through this experience and continue to live fully and meaningfully, according to your own preferences and values. We appreciate your participation today. We welcome your feedback and inquiries. Please provide a comment below detailing one key insight you gained today and how you intend to incorporate it into your daily life. Your feedback is valuable to us, and we encourage you to share your thoughts without hesitation. Your feedback provides us with significant motivation and encouragement. If you found this video beneficial, we encourage you to like, subscribe, and share it with others. Your support enables us to persist in developing valuable content aimed at informing and inspiring you. Thank you for your attention, and we anticipate your presence in our upcoming video.